Brigitte Bardot, one of the most famous faces of the 20th century, has passed away at the age of 91. She was not just an actress. Her life was full of surprises, changes, and bold choices that shook the world of movies and beyond. While she is remembered for her incredible beauty and acting, her story goes far deeper, showing a woman who lived life on her own terms, sometimes celebrated, sometimes criticized, but always unforgettable. Brigitte was born on September 28, 1934, in Paris. From a young age, she had a sparkle that set her apart. She became known around the world in 1957 with her movie And God Created Woman. In this film, she played a character full of energy and charm, capturing the hearts of audiences everywhere. People noticed her daring personality, and she quickly earned a nickname that would follow her forever. The movie caused a huge stir not just because of her acting, but because it challenged old rules about how women could live and love. Her first husband, Roger Vadim, who also directed her, said years later that people acted shocked by her confidence in her own sexuality. But really, the movie was about a woman enjoying her life, which was something rarely shown on screen back then. Her role made the tiny fishing village of Saint-Tropez famous worldwide. The film earned millions in the United States and turned Brigitte into a global star. Fans copied her hairstyle, makeup, and fashion, and she became an icon of style and modern celebrity life. Not everyone's reaction was positive. The pressure of fame was huge, and Brigitte struggled with the attention. A breakup in 1958 caused her a nervous breakdown, and she faced moments of deep sadness throughout her life. Reports show that on her 26th birthday, she attempted to take her life, and again at 49, she faced another serious crisis. Even in dark times, she continued to work and shine, completing movies that became massive successes. Through the 1960s, her career soared. She starred in over 40 films, won awards for her acting, and even tried singing. Despite all this, she made a surprising choice in 1973. She stepped away from movies completely. Brigitte explained that she realized her career was based mainly on her looks, and she wanted to move on before the attention and expectations overwhelmed her. She wanted to live life on her own terms, as she always had. Her last movie appearance came just before she turned 40, closing the first chapter of her extraordinary life. After leaving cinema, Brigitte found a new passion: protecting animals. The turning point came when she saw a goat being threatened on a film set. She saved it, and this moment sparked a lifelong mission. She witnessed cruelty in Canada in the 1980s, where thousands of seal pups were being killed. The experience stayed with her forever, and she decided to dedicate her life to animal welfare. In 1986, she founded the Brigitte Bardot Foundation. Today, the organization has thousands of supporters and hundreds of employees working to defend animals around the world. Brigitte used her fame to bring attention to animal rights. She spoke at meetings, organized charity events, and fought against cruel practices such as seal hunting and stag hunting. She poured all her energy into this work, showing the same determination she once showed on screen. Even as she got older and her health declined, she stayed committed to her mission, proving her dedication went far beyond acting or fashion. Her personal life was full of change and passion. She married 4 times and had many relationships, always following her heart. She had 1 child, Nicholas, with her second husband. Brigitte lived life passionately, sometimes facing criticism for her choices. But she never shied away from being herself, whether in love, work, or activism. Her influence on culture was enormous. She popularized the bikini, inspired artists such as Bob Dylan and Andy Warhol, and left a mark on fashion that lasted for decades. People across generations admired her, and she became a symbol of freedom and self-expression. Yet, her later years brought controversy. She expressed strong political opinions that many found offensive, including remarks that led to legal consequences. These actions complicated her legacy, showing that even iconic figures can have sides that spark debate. Brigitte's last years were quieter but still full of purpose. She lived at her property in southern France and stayed involved with her foundation until her passing. She faced health challenges, including hospital stays and surgery, but remained active in her causes. When she passed at 91, Many remembered her for the incredible life she lived. Her movies, her style, her bold personality, and her dedication to animals. Official tributes poured in. French officials, townspeople, and animal protection groups all recognized her contributions. Some praised her cultural influence, while others noted her activism and the ways she used her fame to make a difference. Her impact went far beyond cinema screens. She changed how people saw beauty, fame, and the power of following your convictions. Brigitte Bardot's life was not simple. She was a movie star, a cultural icon, a style legend, a passionate animal rights advocate, and a controversial figure in politics. She inspired millions, shocked many, and left a mark that will not be forgotten. From the small streets of Paris to the beaches of Saint-Tropez and the offices of animal foundations, she lived with courage and intensity. She showed the world that a person could evolve, change, and stand up for what they believe in. Her story reminds us that life is full of challenges, triumphs, mistakes, and lessons. Brigitte's journey from young star to global icon, and finally to a protector of animals, teaches us the importance of following our passions and standing up for our beliefs. She lived boldly, sometimes controversially, but always with a spirit that could not be tamed. Brigitte Bardot's legacy will live on in many ways. Through her films, her influence on fashion, the animals she protected, and the people she inspired. She will be remembered as someone who refused to be ordinary, who faced both admiration and criticism, and who left a lasting imprint on the world. Her life was a mix of beauty, talent, courage, and conviction. A story that continues to capture the imagination of generations everywhere. Even now, years after her first movie made her famous, her story reminds us that being true to yourself can change the world. She showed that one person's courage, creativity, and determination could make a difference, whether on the screen or in protecting those who cannot speak for themselves. Brigitte Bardot's life was extraordinary, and her memory will continue to shine.